It is a very exciting and unusual day because this is the first time I have ever been to any Disney park solo. I had a work convention earlier this week, and we already had a trip to Disney planned when the convention came up. So rather than flying all the way home to Denver and then flying here tonight, I flew here instead. And Josh won't be joining me until tomorrow because he's still on the original flight, because he works too late in the afternoon for us to get a flight that would work. So he's doing the overnight flight that we usually do. So come and join me on my solo Disney day today. Starting in Magic Kingdom, obviously. You can see that all behind me. But probably gonna go to Tron. I did get Tron. I got here just in time with 3 minutes to spare to get a Tron virtual queue at 1 p.m. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna be in the park at that time because it's 7 hours away estimated. I'll probably be in Epcot by then or somewhere else. I haven't decided yet. Well, I guess we'll find out. Keep watching to see. I never get tired of looking at that view. The castle is gorgeous and it makes me happy to see it every time I do. Sounds like, oh no, there's the Frozen show going on the stage. I am on the hunt for some food though, because I haven't had anything to eat since the airport this morning. What do I want to get? Cheeseburger egg rolls maybe? Maybe go to Pecos Bill and get some tacos? Maybe get a chicken sandwich? I don't know. It's all up to me, isn't it? It's so weird not having to ask Josh, what do you want? So strange. And we get Elsa singing her very famous Let It Go song. It's a pretty good show if you haven't seen it. I'm not gonna stop and watch because I've seen it plenty of times, but pretty good. I've been trying to exercise and eat better because we have that trip to Japan coming up and I would like to lose some weight before that. And I'm doing pretty good. It's been almost a month now that I've been doing that. Even during my convention, I was pretty good when I could be. But I've always said to myself, I am not on a diet when I am on vacation. So normally I wouldn't go anywhere near the cheeseburger egg rolls, but I think they are going to be what I have for lunch today. I think I called them egg rolls before, but they're actually cheeseburger spring rolls. I'm not sure what the difference is. There probably is, and I'm sure I could look it up. But they have been procured. I've had one already. Obviously started on the second one. Comes with like a, sort of McDonald's secret sauce. They're pretty good. They really hit the spot right now. I was pretty hungry, and these will hold me over until I decide what to do for dinner. And I'm gonna walk from Adventureland into Frontierland through one of the convenient tunnels and maybe go see Country Bears because I haven't seen that in a while. Ooh, perfect timing. I just finished my spring rolls, threw them away, and the door's open. So yeah, let's see some Country Bears.
Yeah, we ain't going anywhere anyhow. We're kind of hung up here.
Give me a little intro there, Gomer. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the one and only Oregon Country Bear Jamboree.
One night I left the wife at home, and went out with the boys. I was acting like a drunk one, and making a lot of
He's marching along, cranking up yards and tales. Forward to the bank, where's all the bacon ready to the cake? He's hanging around the middle and he's all across the run, running 90 miles an hour, getting 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been covered, ain't never been a tree. Some folks say he looks a lot like me.
Recently, I discovered that you can get a twist of pineapple and coconut, and that sounds really good right now because it's warm out. It's 91 right now. I think it's only supposed to get a little bit warmer today. The sun does kind of intermittently go behind the clouds, and that's always very helpful. But, you know, it's a weekend in June, so we knew that it was going to be warm, and we're prepared. Lighter clothes, lighter shoes, taking breaks, going into the air conditioning, all the stuff you do to survive. It is so good, but it's turning into a puddle, dripping all over my hands. I knew I'd have to wash my hands afterwards. That's just how it is. I love the twist because I think the pineapple is too much by itself. It ends up being a little too tart for me. And I could definitely eat all of the coconut, but I like the mixture, kind of that pina colada flavor. So I'm glad that both of these flavors are in the same machine so that I can twist them if you want to. I thought making a trip on the riverboat might be nice. And since I just finished up my very delicious Dole Whip and washed my hands in the water fountain, I am ready for a new adventure.
We've also had reports of river pirates operating in the vicinity. So I wouldn't lean out beyond those rails for that reason either.
The local plastic wildlife came out to say hi. You can see there's quite a bit of breeze today by how much the trees are moving and how much the smoke from the shack is moving around. If you can even see the smoke. I love the puppy. And there's another puppy. Let the tail wag. Nice view of the Haunted Mansion from the boat as you come into the dock over there. And of course this is Liberty Square. The Haunted Mansion wait time is just about 50 minutes. I was just looking at wait times. I love the Haunted Mansion, and if it was shorter, I'd wait. Otherwise, Josh and I will do it when he gets in tomorrow. Decided to walk through Fantasyland over towards Tomorrowland to get on the People Mover, and I might hit the Little Mermaid ride along the way. It has about a 10-minute wait. Last time I looked, People Mover also has a 10-minute wait. So I'm targeting some of the rides that have a low wait. And Small World's at 30 or 35. I can't read the second number, but the first number is a 3. Peter Pan's at 75, but that's not unusual. Carousel straight ahead. You can see how crowded it is here in Fantasyland, but you know what? Fantasyland's kind of always crowded, right? Disney is overall, it's meant for kids. Not that there isn't a lot that adults can do, but people bring their kids here. And so a lot of them end up in Fantasyland. So just because it's busy in Fantasyland doesn't mean it's busy anywhere else or everywhere else. But, oh, it did open up a little bit here, kind of in the main area. They're doing some construction over there. I can see a crane, but I'm not sure what they're working on. I wonder what the carousel wait time is. It doesn't look that bad. I might do this. Okay, we're doing the carousel. My favorite horses are the ones with the armor, or barding as it's called. And this is going to be my horse for this ride. Whee! Look, carousel rides are what they are, but I love them. They're simple, there's no frills, but I think they're so much fun. And they take me back to being a little kid. And you get a good view of a lot of Fantasyland when you're doing this. Over and over again. There were a few big raindrops that fell while I was standing in that line, but it hasn't continued. It's getting very windy though, so I kind of feel like it's gonna rain at some point, but it hasn't had any significant precipitation yet. I stopped at the shop next to Winnie the Pooh ride to get some water because I am not feeling particularly thirsty, but I've been sweating and it's hot enough here that I need to make sure I stay hydrated or I'll get a headache. But I've mentioned this in my videos before, but it's worth repeating. If you are an annual pass holder or otherwise have some kind of discount, if you're going to buy water, don't buy it from the carts. Buy it from a store, because when you buy it from a store, it's considered merchandise and you can get your discount on it, as opposed to buying it from the carts where it's considered food and you don't get your discount on it. So something to remember if you happen to be an annual pass holder or otherwise have some kind of discount like DVC. By the time I got to the Little Mermaid ride, the wait had gone up to 35 minutes. And I like that ride, but I would not wait 35 minutes for that ride. 10 minutes was probably the most I would wait for that ride. It's good, but I've ridden it a lot and it's not anything new. So I'm gonna continue towards Tomorrowland, see what the People Mover is doing. I would wait 30 minutes for the People Mover because I like that ride so much. I'm gonna walk the back way. Here, I'll show you. This used to be closed back here. It used to be a walkway from Fantasyland, New Fantasyland, to Tomorrowland. And it was also a smoking area. So if you took it, then there was always very smoky. But they reopened it when Tron was open. And now we like to take it rather than walking all the way around like past the teacups. You go past the Barnstormer instead, and then you just keep going and you have Tron. You can see the sign up there on the other side. It's a great way to get around the crowd because I don't think a lot of people know this is here. As you can see, there's the Barnstormer again. It's to my right, and I'm just walking around. There's nobody over here. So it's a nice way to get from one to the other without having to walk through the main part of Fantasyland to get to it. There's a food cart over here that serves really good, like, oh, they're not pot stickers. They're like dumplings in a way, but I'm not hungry right now. They're really good. Check out our video where we rode the Tron ride for our review of those. Speaking of the Tron ride, you can hear it going by. You can hear the music. Should be a car coming, I would think, soon. One just went by, but there should be another one. Feels like enough time has passed. Wait, I hear screaming. There you go. And there's the walkway, like when you walk up to Tron and go up to where the ride entrance is. we're beneath that, walking under like an overpass. Stitch is out wandering around, probably heading towards the stage, but he was stopping by and saying hi to those kids in that stroller over there. That's so cool when that happens. I love it, how you just kind of spontaneously see him. Oh, that's so cool. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. A little bit of Disney magic. People Mover line is picked up too, but you can see it comes out here. It's not too bad. I don't know what this wait will be, but I'm gonna wait because I love this ride. And I'm gonna do it again with Josh tomorrow because we both love this ride. But never done it solo, so let's give that a go.
Guys, younger beings, stay clear of the doors.
Starting a little slow, and I'm sorry, it's very windy right now if you're getting a lot of that wind sound. And then we'll launch off, not like super fast, but faster. There we go. Oh, look at that.
This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service.
There's the line we were just in down there. Well, that's the Astro Orbiter line. We're down there.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers.
It's busy, but not crazy today. I think this weekend will be much more crazy.
Aboard this highway in the sky. Absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see? From spacecraft to monster.
For your safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please flight while aboard. Thank you.
I just love watching people.
Next station is Tomorrowland Urban Planning and Star Traders. Transfer to green and red line.
And there's the castle.
Your express train keeps on rolling through the future. Right by two of my favorite spots. The creating of tomorrow.
Attention all people member passengers, please remain firmly seated at all times.
People are standing. People can't follow directions.
Tiny people over. I wonder if that means there's a tiny rack. Sir, and these are two of the best tracks in the cosmos for a bit of light, speedy competition.
People move around both sides. Sorry, I meant the tomorrow. Oh, geez, I can't even say what it is. The Speedway. The Speedway is on both sides.
Attention all visitors from Galaxy M31. Please keep forward-facing tentacles clear of oncoming vehicles. Thank you.
I know you can't really see much, but I think you can hear Space Mountain and the cars and the screaming going by. And then you come out. It was really nice and refreshing in the coolness of the Space Mountain air conditioning. And now we're heading back outside again.
Please keep forward-facing tentacles clear of oncoming vehicles. Thank you.
Almost waving at the other cars to see if anybody waves back. Most people don't, but I don't think they see it in time. You can see the castle over there again from this view. We'll get another really good view of it coming up. There's the wait for Space Mountain. And so the Hall of Justice over here has been rethemed for a Tron store. So they had closed it down for a long time. It looks like Space Mountain is 80 minutes right now. Oh, they're yelling at people to remain seated again. Anyway, it's a Tron store now. It has lots of Tron merchandise. Again, check out my Tron video for more information about that. There's some pretty cool merchandise in there.
The next station is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress.
Maybe I'll do that while I'm here. We'll see. I'm a little tired and I'm afraid I would fall asleep. So I might save that for when Josh is here so that we can enjoy the air conditioning tomorrow. Here's that great view of the castle I said was coming up. And the bridge back to the hub. One of the entrances, many entrances to Tomorrowland.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Transit Authority.
Pretty soon we're coming to the end, and those people are just starting their journey.
People Mover journey has nearly
That was us 3 minutes ago. Where the people behind me are having a great time. They're cheering at everything.
This is always my favorite.
Great, good for them.
Because now is the time. Now is the best time to go out and explore tomorrow. Today. See you in the future.
The People Mover platform where you get on and off is continually rotating, and the Astral Orbiter is on top of it. You have to take an elevator to get to the Astral Orbiter. We've done it a few times. That is actually my favorite, like, Dumbo style ride, because you have an incredible view. It's so high up. But we don't ride it very often because it's one of those rides that everybody gets on, you ride it, everybody gets off, then everybody gets on, you ride it. So it's very slow loading. It can take a really long time. So we will only ride it if the wait time is really, really low. I will tell you one thing I have noticed being a solo traveler is that some people treat you like you're not there, like other guests. That's using that word politely. Treat you like you're not there. Like, I'll give you 2 examples. When I was waiting for the riverboat, I was like the 3rd person waiting in line to go through the turnstiles once they let people through to go on the boat. And so many people just pushed right past me like I wasn't there. And it wasn't like I was moving slowly. They just didn't care, just pushed right past me. And then here on the People Mover, I was waiting in line between 2 families, family in front of me, family behind me. And I'm walking forward, keeping up with the family in front of me, and the family behind me just pushes right past me and overtakes that spot like I wasn't there. And I mean, I don't get it. Like, clearly I was there, clearly they saw me, and they just walked right past as if I wasn't there. Now, it's not a huge deal just because whatever, it's one family, it's 1 car later, I don't care. But that is, why? What is the point of that? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm incapable of that kind of rudeness. Despite the fact that June has high temperatures, although today's feeling pretty good, even though it's low 90s, it doesn't feel too bad. It is a really, like, there's a lot of wind. It's not even breezy, it's like windy, and that feels great. And the sun does keep going behind the clouds every so often. So that's not too bad. And the crowds, because of course it's summer months, Josh and I really wanted to come during June for Pride Month, and we didn't think we were gonna be able to, because we usually do long weekends, as you know. Josh will take either a Friday or a Monday off from teaching to do it. But, whoa, big wind. But he's been saving up those days because we're doing that Japan trip later this year. But it turns out we both had Juneteenth off, which is Monday, relatively new holiday. And so we decided to plan a trip. And then my convention came up all of a sudden. And so I just flew here instead of Denver. And so he's just gonna meet me tomorrow. But yeah, we're excited that we're able to be here during Pride Month. I took a picture in front of the Pride wall, which is cool. And I'll do it again with Josh when he gets here. Speaking of Pride, I wanted to highlight some of the Pride merchandise. I really like the Spirit Jersey. I mean, I like colors, but this is a little much for me. But I do really like it. The ears up there, they're made of that kind of faux leather, which is kind of cool. I don't really like wearing ears. I would feel like they're falling off all the time. These tumblers are pretty cool. I like those. Let's see how much is the tumbler. They are 30 and you get 2 of them. The jerseys are usually like 70. Let me see. Well, it doesn't say. Nope, I can't find one with a price on it, but they're usually like around 70. These skirts, actually I think they're shorts. They're kind of those short skirts. Backpack, kind of same design. The fans here, which are pretty cool. Shirts are the same. Oh, thank you for opening that up. I'm just taking some video of it. Yeah, so that's what the design is. Very similar to what you see here. Thank you. And oh, that's nice. It's kind of a light material too. Let's see if this has a price. That is 60. And there's that shirt there, which is really cool. And I'm considering that. I should look to see how much it is. T-shirts are usually, yeah, 30 bucks. That's not bad. sleeveless shirt. This one is, sorry, so many tags. 30 bucks. Wait a minute. This one has less sleeves than the other one. It's still 30. Whatever. This one, I'm sure it's probably 30 also. Yep. And, oh, some stuff over here. I'll get over there in a second. I don't want to disturb those people. They have the pins down here. Oh no, this is actually a wine stopper. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't drink wine. I don't need this, but I think it's cool. 20 bucks. The ears are not priced. So your guess is as good as mine. The stitch here is 35. Stitch in the rainbow colors. And yeah, here's like this here. And oh, so they have Mickey ear style ones too, not just the headbands. I love those. I would wear those, but it's just too hot in Florida for that. If you can't radiate heat out of your head, it just gets so hot. White with a rainbow Mickey on it. This is 65. A onesie, that is 20. And here's a kid shirt of that same style. That's only 20. And oh, this is like a blanket, it looks like. Oh, it's a throw. And I don't see a price on that one. That's pretty neat. It's that same design that we saw on the shirts over there. And then a Mickey there and the Mickey here holding a pride flag. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of merchandise. And pins. Josh and I will definitely get a pin to commemorate this trip. I'm not sure which one to get. I really like this kind of double pin set. Oh, I might just get that one. I should FaceTime with Josh and see which one he likes. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to run out, but still. And then they have 3 of the queer characters from Marvel. And then we have something similar to this already. And we do sort of have a rainbow Mickey, but it's not the, it's just the rainbow. It doesn't have the additional, like, rainbow flag colors of the brown and the black, and the pink. And, yeah, so, oh, I'll just give you some. Pins are, that's silver. This one is 25. This is 20. Fierce and Fabulous Miss Piggy. This is so awesome. I love Miss Piggy. Yellow. I'll have to find a legend for that here in just a minute. And then they also have mugs. There's always mugs. If I ever made merchandise for this channel, I'd probably gonna have a t-shirt that says there's always mugs. And that one's 20 bucks, which is pretty typical for mugs here. But yeah. Oh, and there's a big jar here too. Just essentially a big tumbler. That is 30. You know, that's not bad for 30. But yeah, there's some, oh. Animal. So for your dog or your cat, depending on their size, like I think this would fit Clifford. $40 for that. I think probably all the sizes are 40, whichever one you get. Oops, sorry, that's 2 of them together. Yeah, 40. And then bigger ones here if you have like big dogs, like a Great Dane. We're living up to that great name. I love Great Danes. Anything on this side? Is it just the tumblers? Yeah, it's the tumblers and then the big jar. So yeah, they have quite a bit of Disney Pride merchandise, and a lot of it is actually really cool. I'm kind of a big fan of all of this stuff. This particularly, like, I mean, I like black shirts anyway, but that's almost what you always see me in. But this one is cool. I'll have to think about that. I found this water bottle over in Star Traders. They didn't have it that I saw over in the Emporium. It is $30. Doesn't look too bad. I don't know who the manufacturer is though. You know, some of these water bottles are good and some are bad. I'm sure this one's fine, but is it like the double-walled kind of thing so it doesn't sweat? I don't know, but it's still that same design from the shirt and stuff. So, yep, one more thing. I am at a crossroads. About now is when I would probably head to another park, but they're on group 104, and I'm 128 or 129. That's not that far away. It seems to be going faster than the estimate has said, or maybe time has just been going faster. So now I'm trying to decide if I should just wait or if I should go. I may wait a little while longer, you know, I mean, if they have a sudden breakdown or something, I don't want to wait too long, but it's definitely not going as long as I thought it was going to. So I've only been here for 3 hours, and it had estimated, what, like 7 hours or something? And technically it says right now that it's going to be 3 more hours, but I don't think so. It's moving pretty quick. So I think I will go find more things to do here in Magic Kingdom for now. And if it slows down significantly, then I will go somewhere else. And I mean, I can still go somewhere else. It's not like the parks are closing really early tonight. Epcot's usually open until 9. That would still be plenty of time. I can hear thunder, and there are some, like, I mean, you can see the sky behind me. It's a lot more gray that way than, say, it is this way. There's a little bit more like blue sky and more fluffy white clouds. But you can see behind me this way that the sky is very, very gray. And I do feel an occasional raindrop coming down right now. But so far it hasn't been rainy, just some drops. But you know, it's summer in Orlando. It could rain every single day. In fact, Josh was telling me when I called him to let him know that I made it to the resort, he told me that the weather forecast had changed again and it's supposed to be rainy every day. Like I think tomorrow, Saturday, there's like an 80% chance. But we've been here on an 80% chance and it was dry all day. So you never really know. You should always be prepared for it to rain though. You should have your umbrellas or your ponchos or whatever you feel comfortable with, but always be prepared for it to rain in the summer when you come here. You can see what the slight raindrops have done to the park. So all those stars that you see are rides that are temporarily closed. So Big Thunder is temporarily closed. Walt Disney Railroad is closed. Tom Sawyer's Island is closed. Jungle Cruise. We've done that in the rain before. Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Swiss Family Treehouse. I didn't think anything closed to that. The riverboat's closed. I'm over by the riverboat right now. That just means the waits on everything else are so much more, like 60 minutes. It went up to an hour for the Haunted Mansion. Small World is 40. Wow, hey. I think Peter Pan went down since we were there last, right? Yeah, Carousel's only 5 still. I mentioned that we have done the Jungle Cruise in the rain before, but I think the difference is lightning. I've seen some flashes of lightning, and the clouds around me are getting a little bit more dark. Like that was the area just where I pointed out a little bit ago, where it was a little bit more blue and there were fluffy clouds. If I do a 360, you can see that it's gray almost in every direction. Well, you know, safety first, I get it. I bet the resorts, everyone's getting out of the pools until the lightning passes. It's just the reality of a theme park in the summer. I mean, technically any kind of year, but the summer in particular. One of the nice things about Tron is that even though there's an outside part, it is covered, so it can withstand the weather as long as it's not too severe. So it's probably still going just fine. I know I keep saying this, but the weather has turned out to be really pleasant. I was really expecting to be wilting like the petite little flower that I am, haha. But no, it was a little warm when I first got here, but like this feels great. It really does. The breeze is amazing. The temperature is not too bad. What does my watch say the temperature is right now? It's still 91 degrees. It sure doesn't feel like it. I am very comfortable. I'm just wearing, you know, shorts and my shoes and just a t-shirt. And it's a dark t-shirt, so it absorbs light. But I'm very comfortable right now in this weather. Even though there's not a lot open over here, I decided to walk this way through Frontierland. I only got as far as the Country Bear Jamboree, but I wanted to head to this side of the park because I hadn't been here yet. As you probably know, the Splash Mountain is being rethemed, so it's down now, and it's going to be down for quite a while. I'm not sure if there's an actual announced date. There probably isn't. I just don't remember what it is, but they're completely retheming it to Tiana, Princess and the Frog ride, and getting rid of all of the old elements. I'm not sure if they're getting rid of all of the old elements. I'm sure they could save some of them, but it's completely covered in scaffolding right now, as you can see. And it does say Tiana Foods over there on the boards that they have up, or the walls that they have up, excuse me. coming soon. So that's pretty cool. You can see pretty serious scaffolding. So not only are they retheming it, they're probably taking this the opportunity to refurbish it. They do it every year anyway. It always goes down for some time, not usually during the summer, but yeah, it's gonna be done for a while. I'm really looking forward to the Ream theme. We don't do this ride very often because we just don't want to be wet, especially don't want my feet to be wet. Walking around in wet socks I will get blisters. But sometimes if it's the end of the night and we're gonna be heading home afterwards, then we'll do that. But on occasion I've had to be in the room with a blow dryer in our shoes to dry them out before we can wear them again. Rain picked up, everyone's running inside. I'm gonna run under cover. I wanna stay outside but be under cover. You can definitely see it coming down. I didn't bring my umbrella or my poncho. Josh has the park bag that we usually bring with us. And I thought about like buying a bag, just a small one in the lobby gift shop at the hotel before I came here. But I mean, these rainstorms will kind of come and go. So, and I don't mind a little bit of rain. This is a little much. I'd get soaked. I don't want my, as I mentioned, I don't want my shoes to be soaked. But some people are having a great time in it. Good for them. The rain has stopped. And now it's become steamy. Not like late night television steamy, but like sauna steamy, although not that hot. My convention was in Austin, and that was steamy, like sauna steamy, anytime we went outside. Now, hopefully the temperature will drop again once the wind starts to pick up, although it's pretty much died down now. I don't know if you can see the trees behind me. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's not windy anymore. That's okay. Just the colorfulness of the Florida weather. And Tron did slow down. It stopped at a 105. I'm gonna keep an eye on it now that the rain has stopped. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna head out and do something else, but I'll let you know. I decided that since I'm gonna wait for the Tron ride, that I would do the Carousel of Progress after all.
From beginning to end, he loved it. He introduced the show at the World's Fair in New York City in 1964, and it was an immediate smash hit. Millions of people came to see it. And since then, the Carousel of Progress has had more performances than any other stage show in the history of American theater. You know, Walt loved the idea of progress, and he loved the American family.
It looks like the Robins are getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day today. What year is it? Oh, right around the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today. Yes, sir, buildings are towering now as high as 20 stories. And moving pictures flicker up on a big screen. We have almost 8,000 automobiles in this country, and we can travel by train from New York to California in less than 7 days. And I even hear tell about two brothers from North Carolina who are working on some kind of flying contraption. It'll never work. Phew, boy, hottest 4th of July we've had in years. We've come a long way, though, since the turn of the century, over 20-some-odd years ago. You know that pilot fellow, Charles Lindbergh? He's about to fly a single-wing airplane all the way across the Atlantic. He's never going to make it. And sports stadiums are springing up all over. And boy, nobody hits that old horse hide like that new fella Babe Ruth. Jazz music is the cat's meow. And there's been ads in the paper for months for a movie starring Al Jolson. And he's going to talk and sing. Oh, boy, I've got to see that. There goes Schwartz in his Upmobile. He sure loves that horn. You know, in my new Essex, I've got an electric starter. Now I don't have to crank. We can travel from New York to Los Angeles by train in only 3 days. And we've got a house full of new electrical servants. Mr. Edison sure added life to our home. Whoa there, you'll blow a fuse.
For you and me, so there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Just a dream away.
Well, it's another Halloween here in the fabulous 40s. Everything is better than ever now, and we've got some amazing new wonders around the house to prove it. For instance, our refrigerator holds more food and ice cubes. And thanks to our automatic dishwasher, I don't have to dry the dishes anymore after supper. Gives Rover and me more time to enjoy our evening stroll together. Later, boy. Oh, and here's something else that's new. I just heard a new term today on the radio. Fella says we've got something now called the rat race. Did you ever hear that one? It sure describes my life. I'm involved in something now called commuting. I drive into the city for work all day and then turn right around and drive all the way back. And the highway is crowded with fellow rats doing the same thing.
That's what they call progress, dear.
Tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. He holds his dream with my heart. It's a dream.
They redressed the scene recently. They used to be in different outfits that were very 80s. So they redid it not too long ago, actually. Yeah, it looks kind of more 90s, I guess.
Just a dream away.
No, it's flat screen, so it's supposed to be now. I don't think it really says.
Yes! 300 points, my best score yet.
With virtual reality, it can't be that old.
That new virtual reality space pilot game.
Your turn, Grandma. Let's switch the image over to the TV so the resident flying ace can show you how it works. Now, it's a little tricky. Just use your game glove to fly behind the other guy and blast him with your laser blaster.
Laser blaster? Well, I'll give it a try.
Take a look around, Grandma. You're in the ship.
Feels like I'm really there.
Okay, get ready. You're about to blast off.
I love the little kitty bear sleeping on the boxes, the presents. Hard to see, but I think it's so cute. And then you end here, and this is where you leave. I don't know if you noticed this as we went along, but essentially the stages are all in the center, and the audience in the chairs rotates around the middle area to each of the different scenes. It's a cool concept. I guess something happened on the People Mover. They are evacuating people off of it, it looks like. So they're walking along. Interesting. Huh. I wonder what happened. I'm over in the Tron area. We have 10 groups left. I decided to have some dinner over at the Energy Bites, where we have the buffalo chicken digital dumplings, which we tried the very first time we rode Tron. We had both the beef and broccoli and the buffalo chicken. We liked both, but after a while the beef and broccoli one just was way too salty. But we both really enjoyed the buffalo chicken, so I'm gonna get that one. Here's what the dumplings look like. I already had one. The sauce is spicy, not like crazy spicy, but if you are spice averse, you won't like this. There's definitely spice to this. And there's like dehydrated blue cheese crumbles in there, and there's celery, which is weird because I didn't used to like celery that much. But after I got COVID, I mean, a couple of years ago, actually in 2020, so I guess it's coming on 3 years ago, my taste buds, I guess, changed in some way, and I don't dislike celery. I mean, I still don't love it, but I don't really hate it like I used to. And so that's nice, I guess. Something good that came out of that. But yeah, this is pretty good, again, for the second time. I mentioned that the Hall of Justice over by Space Mountain has a bunch of Tron merchandise, and they do, but they also have some generic Tomorrowland merchandise. That's actually really cool. And they have some Star Wars Pride merchandise, which is kind of cool. So there's a t-shirt, a couple of t-shirts, Rainbow Droids from the Droid Factory. They have some bands, although those don't look particularly prideful. Looking a little closer, that's actually really cool for kids. Is there a price? That is $45. Wow. It's not even a fully formed shirt. This one is a much more reasonable $27. I'm not sure what it is about this one that makes it so much more expensive. It doesn't really feel that much different than this one, but who knows. The droids there's different kinds. So you've got, oh no, I guess these are all the same. You've got the R2-D2 ones and or R2 units. And I think R4s, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I like it, but and that's $70. Oh, here we go. Yeah, R4s, R5s, R6s. Actually, all of them, R2s through R8. No R3s, though. Interesting. They also have D-Tech over here where you can design like your phone cases, magnets. Just tap it. You can do watches, watch bands too, headphones cases. There's a lot of different things. It used to just be phone cases. I don't remember if the last time we were in here they had these. They used to be here, and then I think it was just lots of Tron merchandise because we were here when Tron was relatively new, like a week after it opened, and there was so much more merchandise over here. And then I wonder if they put them back because for a while it was only over in the Big Top store. But I do love, oh my gosh, the Cosmo. Oh, Cosmo from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's so cute. I love dogs anyway, and I love Cosmo. And they had some snacks too. It's 6:10 and the virtual queue came up, so here I am in the Tron line. It's still kind of long. If you know the movie, you know that that is the device that digitizes people. So every so often it lights up and makes noise, so we're all being digitized so we can enter the grid. So I got my call at 6:10 to come here. It's 6:37 right now, and I'm just getting inside the building. So when you get your virtual queue time to come up, that just means you're getting in line. But it wasn't too long.
Tron Light Cycle Run is a thrilling, high-speed roller coaster type ride in the dark.
And done. From the time my number came up at 6:10, it is now 7:10, so it was an hour to go through the line, get on a vehicle, and ride it. I was able to skip the locker part because I don't have a bag on me. But if you have a bag on you, pretty much anything larger than a cell phone, you have to put in a locker, including hats, so they don't blow off, obviously. You can put your cell phone in like a little compartment they have in the vehicle. I mean, I just kept mine in my pocket. I don't have loose pockets, so they weren't gonna fall out. But you can put your sunglasses or your wallet, or not wallet, I'm sorry, or your cell phone in the little pouch thing. But if they're not gonna fall out of your pocket, you never go upside down. You don't corkscrew or anything like that, or loop-de-loop. You do kind of a bank like this at the very first turn, but that's kind of it. If something's not gonna fall out of your pocket at that point, you can leave it in there. That is going to do it for my solo Disney day. First ever, possibly the last ever, I don't know. But it was a great time, actually. I was kind of worried about, worried's probably not the right word, just I'd never done it before. I wasn't sure kind of what to do, but it turned out to be great. Josh and I usually have a plan, like we're gonna go do something. Sometimes I just felt like walking around. You know, I was in Tomorrowland and I felt like walking over to Adventureland and walking through Fantasyland, and I didn't have a particular goal in mind. I just wanted to do it. And so it was a different way to do things for sure. I popped into the shops when I felt like it, if I wanted to cool down a little bit. But yeah, it ended up being a really great day. Thank you for joining us, or joining me, on my solo Disney day. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video.